Hello, friends. Welcome. Welcome. I'm here with my cat. And I am going to do some laundry and chit chat with y'all people. For fun. Oh, I forgot my recorder's all the way down here. Hello. Welcome. So, I went on a little bit of a bender this weekend. I'm not even lying about that. Did a little bit of drinking. And I think it's time to not. I think it might be time to return to the lands of we're not doing that shit no more. Or at least for a more extended period of time, because enough is enough. Enough is enough. So, that's what's going on. I'm currently drinking a gorgeous, what do we call this? Ginger beer, which is non-alcoholic, and tart cherry juice. It's delightful. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of lime in it, little lime squeezies. So I just got home. I was with my best friend today, and we got a dog. She got a dog. Sis got a dog. Okay, what do I need? My laundry soap. Sis got a dog. This is my newest purchase from Buff City Soap. It is the deep cleaning liquid laundry soap, and I used to work at Buff City Soap back in the day, fun fact. And I've always gotten their powder laundry soap and have loved it. But for some reason in this new machine that I have, it doesn't really rinse that well. Like, you still kind of have the powder on the clothes even after the fact with certain materials. I especially noticed it with my work pants and more like synthetic fibers and things. And we're just not having that. So I realized that they started selling this liquid stuff, and I like it a lot, actually. It does discolor. There's even a little wheel, color wheel that they give you. Part of their marketing on it is that, like, you know, it's all plants, all natural ingredients and things, so there's nothing in it that's gonna like maintain the color and stabilize it to be one thing through synthetic chemicals, so it's going to discolor a little bit. So that's why it's brown looking, a little bit of a brown tint. And the scent that I got is peppermint and sandalwood. I've always, let me get my cat because he's acting out. Hi, Tut Tut. What you doing, Bubba's? What you doing? Hi, mister. Hi, mister. I love you so much. I love you so severely. He's so sweet. I love him so much. I love my cat. Anyways, I used to get just the sandalwood scent, but for some reason I've really been fixated on peppermint recently and have been using this hand soap from Miss Myers. And it's peppermint. It's the Christmas one. So I'm just really enjoying having a slight bit of peppermint in my fragrance, my daily fragrance lineup. So we got that going. And now we're doing laundry. Something that I have noticed about myself is that I don't really like evidence of life in my apartment in some capacities, because let me know if y'all agree in any way or if this is absolutely bonkers. But if I can see, like, if I leave out clothes that I wore from that day or something in particular from that day, like literally there's a water bottle, like literally a Dasani water bottle that I got at a ballet event that I went to last night, a show. Like just that being out, I look at that water bottle and I like instantly remember like where I was at last night. For some reason I don't like that. Is that strange? Does anyone else feel that way? Or is that just generally being neat and tidy and wanting to keep your place mildly clean? Like, you just don't like clutter, or is it more like a mental thing for y'all too, where you're like, I don't want to have evidence that I did anything. Same thing with these clothes that are sitting here on top of my dryer. This has kind of become my like catch-all laziness throughout the week zone, because obviously whenever I come in here to shower, I take off whatever I wore during the day and I put it back here. Y'all can't really see, but I have a little green, you cannot see it at all, but this chair that I have in this room, hello everybody, hope I don't make you nauseated. This green chair over yonder in this corner, right here, right there, it has a little footrest situation, and I put that back there in my bathroom because it kind of makes a softer edge in the space, and it's kind of comforting to have something in here. Hello. That's not helpful. That is not helpful to me, but it's okay. Maybe it's not. Anyways, I put clothes on it throughout the week, and it just stresses me out because it just reminds me of every other day that week until I clean it up. So I don't really let things get severely bad in that way in terms of clutter in my space. I don't like evidence of life in that capacity. So that's basically just a random ass thought that I don't know if anyone else finds that relatable or not. I don't know psychologically what that's supposed to mean, or if that's just general tidiness, but I'm not that way with everything. And I think I mentioned this in my most recent video that I just posted whenever I was being a depressed mess. Also, I look very large and in charge right now because I have like layers of shirts and things under here, but forget that. I don't really remember what I was saying. I don't know. Oh, in my old video the new video that I just posted, where I am being, I think I said something about being vulnerable. Hey, Tutsi, don't bite. Don't bite my socks and my shoesies area. Please. Hi, Bubba's. Hi, Crazy. Hi. Come here, Crazy. Come here. He's gone through like a biting phase. I don't know what specifically is going on there, but maybe it's just general teenage angst beats me. I said in that video that I don't really mind a mess. Okay, not me showing y'all my undies on the internet. So sorry about that. So sorry about that. I don't mind when certain things are a mess, but then like other things I really mind if it's a mess. One being dishes. Like, I mentally cannot have a dish in my sink. Another thing though is the fact that I have a cat now. Yes, I'm talking about you, Mr. Man. The fact that I have a cat now, I physically can't have dishes in my sink because if there's an ounce of scent on it, food remnants, anything, like literally even if the smell of something is on it, like he will be in the sink and will be fixated in there and he will lick it and he will not leave. Like whenever I cook dinner, I can't even have him in there with the pan like full of soap or something just for it to soak, because if I'm like eating in the other room, he will be in the kitchen at the pan licking it, and if he gets quiet, I know exactly what he's doing, and I get up, I'm like, what are you doing? So whenever I eat a meal and I have like a pan or something like that that has shit on it, I will literally pick him up, put him in this room with me, close the door. He has no access to his food, water, or litter box whenever he's in that situation for like 5 minutes while I eat dinner, and then I let him back out so he can be a cat again. But he's just very human food fixated. If y'all have a cat, are they like that too? I have a scary conversation tomorrow at work. It's about a raise. I have not worked at a company yet that does yearly evaluations and like actually gives you money for it. I've had a job before where it was a yearly evaluation and they just told you your performance, but they still paid you the same amount of money. But that was also a nonprofit that I worked for, so maybe that's kind of why. But this is the first time that they actually like offer you a dollar amount of something, and that's a little intimidating to me because, let me see, is this clean? I'm literally smelling this and I don't care. Yeah, that's fine. That's a shirt, so it's not that traumatizing. Also, do y'all rewear clothes? I sure do. I hope y'all rewear some clothes because I think it's kind of crazy to just literally wash everything if you wear it once. At least in terms of like something like this, like a skirt, like I'm not getting my skirt dirty. So there's not really a purpose in washing it until it's actually dirty. Do you know what I'm saying? Is that crazy? I feel like pants, like if it's a day where like it's freezing cold, like you're literally not sweating at all, like you're being like clean, good, everything's fine. Oh God, that's so vile. You should be allowed to wear your pants more than once, or your shirt more than once, or your hoodie more than once, obviously. So that's me being, you know, raw in that term, because just saying, maybe that makes me nasty. I don't know. Sue me, get upset with me. So I'm definitely re-wearing these for that reason. So I'm folding them. About my bender this weekend. I'm calling it a bender because I went out for drinks Wednesday night with my friend, and we were recapping her date, which was fun. And then just ended up staying out really late, had to work the next day, and I was so tired. It was hard. I mean, it definitely could have been worse, but like it was also not wise to go out on a work night during the week. Like that's a little out of pocket, but at the same time, sometimes it does feel good just to like give yourself permission as a person to be a little unhinged slightly, like especially if you keep yourself on a really tight chain in certain capacities of your life. Like it is a little bit nice just to let yourself go a little bit on occasion. So that would be me. I'm sharing that to like kind of advocate for that concept slightly. Like it's okay to let yourself, you know, do something every once in a while. Because like pre-context, without getting too seriously deep or too like, you know, it's not that interesting, but like my whole life I was very like good girl, like trying to be perfect all the time, put so much pressure and stress on myself all the time, and it just honestly created a lot of anxiety. And I'm not going to say OCD fully, but like I was very mentally unwell in high school and stuff because I just held myself to such a high degree and like had to be so like precise always. And then I let go of a lot of that in college, and there's like certain eras in my life where it kind of pops up again, but I think that's kind of like why I let myself make maybe a bad choice. No, I'm not saying anything absolutely insane, but you know, maybe it's something that's not for my highest greatest good, but I might still just do it because we have free will, and sometimes it does feel a little nice. It's almost like an act of grace to give yourself permission to, you know, be a little more, I'm gonna call it flowy in your life, and it's okay. Alright, I just put that in the wash. Now let's turn it on. Turns out, y'all, this is my second washer that I've had. No one gives a fuck about this stuff, but I'm just rambling, y'all, at this point. I bought my first adult washer dryer. I bought, like, that was my first adult purchase, other than a couch, I would say. Like a more like high ticket item, theoretically, would be washer dryer, because this place that I live in now didn't come with one already installed for you to use, like as a, you know, tenant or whatever. But Bought this washer. It was the cheapest Whirlpool one available. They're just very standard, and I like that they're very simple and standard, but I found there to be a lot of issues on my first washer, to the point where it literally stopped working. I don't know what happened. Like, I put a blanket in it. It's just a basic ass blanket, like not a huge one, not a super thick one, not a super heavy one, literally just like one you could buy at Kroger or buy at TJ Maxx, like a very cheap blanket. And no one wants the details of it, but basically I literally had to call them to come fix it, and they're like, we honestly can't even fix a washer jar, like we're just gonna replace it because it's within the window of you just buying it. So I had them come out, they replaced it, and it was to the point where like I was like standing in my shower stomping on this sopping wet huge blanket because it wouldn't do the drain and spin cycle, and it just like would not work. And I did all these like factory reset things, like I was on YouTube trying to be Bob the Builder and like Maintenance Man Madison vibes, and tried to fix it. Did not work. Got a new one. Had the same issue one time with the heavy blanket. Turns out if you have a washer that has a removable agitator and your load is too heavy, take that agitator out if you have the capability, because then it'll actually work. So I've been through a damn journey with this laundry, and I even ended up purchasing a Best Buy membership, like a 2-year protection plan type thing. So like anything you buy from Best Buy within that 2-year period, anything that you buy from them, they'll either replace it fully or repair it for free. So I definitely did that. Fun. What else is an update? What else? Oh, this is kind of random and silly, but if y'all are a bar soap person, I really like this oat and honey soap. This is the packaging from Trader Joe's. It smells really good, and it was only a couple dollars. And it's saving me a lot of money because normally I would do Buff City soap bars, and those are like $8 or $9 each, depending on which one you get. Or they could be $7, it just depends. But, did that. did that. Oh, I just realized I didn't close the loop on the conversation about the raise. And then I want to tell you guys about the ballet thing that I went to, and then I might end the video. But we are going to transition into the... Should I wear this jacket tomorrow? Maybe I will, and then I can keep it in here because that might be a little bit more convenient, which is why throughout the week I put my clothes on here that I want to rewear for the week sometimes, like a jacket or something simple, because I already get dressed in here in the morning, and it just saves me a step from having to walk all the way across the hall to get my closet stuff, which sounds a little psychic coming out loud of my mouth, but I don't mean it that way. Okay. Also, sorry if I'm weird. Sometimes whenever I make videos and talk, I'm like, you're sounding like you're trying to be a certain person or something, like, get a grip. But it's okay. It's okay. Alright, we've got that. You know what, I'm gonna put this stuff down really quickly, and I'm gonna actually go in the other room and pick up the hamper and still chit chat with y'all, but the camera is only gonna see this, unless Tucker does something crazy. So, that's what's going on there. I feel like I'm dictating notes, and that's so fun. Also, I'm gonna throw away this goddamn water bottle, because, also sorry, that was a little aggressive to say that like that. Because I just am tired of looking at it, so we're just gonna throw it away. Yummy. Yum, yum, yums. So, this raise thing, I am going to give away a trade secret, and we'll see if it works. Maybe I'll give y'all an update. But basically, our boss, allegedly, because I know you're not supposed to talk about pay, but sometimes girls at work just talk about pay, and it's just like, it's hard to have boundaries and be like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to talk about that with you, because we're all just girls. None of us are like severely old or professional necessarily. Like, Of course, it's a professional job and I work in the legal field, but like, you got to keep in mind, these, like, we're all pretty much under 30. So, what do you expect? Anyways, also, by the way, this is an exhibit sticker. This is an example of an exhibit sticker. Very simple. This is for network company jobs. They don't have our branding on them. They just literally say exhibit and the date. And then, yeah. We put the witness's last name in there too. What was I saying? I think I might put this down while I hang things. Also, this top is really cute. I wore this weekend. It's like sheer, sparkly, pretty. So allegedly our boss, actually I probably shouldn't be talking about this. I think I'm gonna cut this part out. Yeah, the more I thought about it, I'm like, I probably shouldn't talk about it. But anyways, I'm gonna just see what I can do tomorrow and try to communicate with him through email as well. So once I'm offered a certain amount, if that's not the amount that I was hoping for, to be able to send an email kind of like stating my case. So I think that's as deep as I'm going to go in terms of sharing about that, because that's probably not something you should be talking about. It seems like a scolding thing, like don't tisk tisk, do not do that. So I guess I probably won't talk about that, but we'll see if it's successful, and I will let you guys know potentially if that works out for me. But I guess my point in saying that is that it is scary to stand up for yourself sometimes, or like fight for your worth and your value and everything, and like there is a reality where they could just offer you a certain number and you're like, okay, thank you so much, great, I appreciate that, and then you just take it. But also at the same time, if you feel that that compensation is not fairly like representing you and your work that you produce, and you don't want to go a whole nother year making what you're making, like maybe it can't hurt just to like mildly advocate for yourself. Especially if you genuinely are a really good worker and you have a lot to offer the team, and you do offer a lot, and you would like to be compensated and feel a little bit more valued, maybe that's not the end of the world to do that. So that's kind of my point in bringing up that raise, is not for any other purpose than to share the struggle of being a person in the workforce and working really hard, or like having a very niche specialty in your job, and like maybe you have caught wind of what other people make and you're like, god damn, like that's, again, sorry about the language, again, that's not really, feeling very fair. How do you combat that? Hi, Tut. Like, how do you combat that issue, and how do you approach it in a way that feels mature and professional, but also you're still trying to like go for what you want, you know what I'm saying? Hi, Tut. I can't show the people too much because they're going to see your poopy litter box, and I am not going to deal with that right now, so. Hey! Look at Mr. Tut. Hi, Bubbas. Yeah, so that's that. And then I think the last thing that I'll talk about with you guys is this ballet that I went to. It was so enjoyable. I had a really, really good time. So I went to this event in my area, and okay, now I want to find my drink. Y'all stay put. My water's there, but where's my yummy? Here it is. Got it. Also, this is my best friend's outfit right now because I showered at her house, and shapes. This is kind of fun. Look at that. I showered at her house because we were at PetSmart, and that's where she got her dog, from the adoption center there. And I've been to an animal shelter before, and they do stink, but like this room is the most vile, scary smell. Genuinely, it walks in, it smells like straight vomit and poop, and it's really bad. And I've never been to an animal shelter that smells that horrendous. Like, animal shelters don't smell good to begin with, but like this adoption center in particular, absolutely horrid. So at the end of the day, I was like, I need a shower immediately because I feel absolutely vile and disgusting and I just cannot manage. So I did exactly that at her place. And then I borrowed this here outfit. Ballet. Fondue, is this a fondue? With a plie? Tendu. I took a couple adult ballet classes, but then my hip was just like, I even feel myself like doing the wrong thing there. Like, you're supposed to kind of like engage certain muscles with your hips that it's not like causing severe issues. Anyways, so I went to this ballet event, and it was really cool. There was this composer and like a local orchestra that was playing, and then it was also with a ballet company too, and a local artist that did murals. He does murals all over the town, and they all came together and created this beautiful, beautiful performance where it combined like people playing like violin and like some other instruments. Like maybe 4 people were on the stage doing some classical instruments, and then at one point a conductor started to conduct for them, and that was really beautiful in itself. And then in front of them on the stage were the ballerinas doing their stuff, and it was really neat. And then like the mural guy, like he created a set design for this production, and it was beautiful, and it was these gorgeous roses that he painted in different colors, and the colors looked really great together. And then behind them was like a projection screen with those same rose motifs, and it was kind of like moving slightly. It was really pretty. And then there's this local guy that sings and also plays the cello, and he was up there, and he just had the most electric, beautiful energy. I want to see what time it is on here. 27 minutes. He just had the most beautiful energy, such a positive, sweet guy. And I was like, oh my God, like I love him. And he was also interacting with the ballerinas, like kind of like calling them out by name, like in a sweet way, being like, heck yeah, Kyle. Like, I don't know, like whoever it was, just kind of like cheering them on throughout. It was just a very loving experience. And even the cellist, is that what they call him? Not really sure. Composer, cellist, singer guy. He does the cello and sings at the same time, which is very unique. But he also has produced scores for movies, music scores, and that's really cool. But he was saying it's a treasure to be on this stage tonight and to have all of these different art forms coming together in one way. Like, you know, because it doesn't happen that way very often, where it's literally ballet with classical music in person. Normally it's just ballet with like soundtracks, but like to have actual composers creating their beautiful art there, it was just very, very neat. And they were also celebrating past ballerinas that had danced in the company, so like they even came onto the stage, and it was like a beautiful celebration. And then they had confetti that dropped down at the very end. This gold confetti contrasted against this beautiful red curtain. I was like, oh my God, this is just so electric. So I had such a good time at that. I was supposed to go with my best friend, and I bought tickets like a month ago probably for this event. And in my head this whole time I was going to take her. But then we ended up fucking having our drinking on whatever night. Woke up the next day. By the way, we went out, stayed up until like 3 a.m. or 3:30, got home at like 3:30, maybe 4. I don't even know. It was really late. And then I had my car appointment at 8 a.m. to get new brake pads and rotors and shit like that. So set my alarm for 3 hours later, slept for 3 hours, woke up. God compelled me. God helped me make it to the car place. Dropped off my car. Same girl that I went out with that night, she picked me up. AKA, that's my best friend. She picked me up. Thank God that she was alive as well to do that. Drove me back to my house. I slept. Kept my phone on loud sound. So that whenever the car place called me to tell me what's up, I could wake out of my slumber and answer, because I'd only slept 3 hours at this point, and like, that's horrible. Jesus. So did that. Got all new brake pads and rotors, feeling brand new. Okay, not me choking to death. And yeah, that same night is the ballet. That's what that was the point of that. That same night was the ballet. So I understand that she was not well or wanting to go anymore. I get that. But sis, I spent lots of money on those tickets. So I asked my other friend to go, and he said, no, I will not go, essentially. So it's okay. It's okay. It was fine. But didn't go with him either. So I was like, damn, like, what do I do? Because, like, it's kind of scary to go to the opera house, like, all by yourself. Like, I've done it before. Not at the opera house, but, like, I've been to, like, ballet events and, like, other things by myself, and it's completely fine and not scary at all. But for some reason, just, like, a more formal setting of the opera house felt a little bit more intimidating. So I pulled it together finally. I decided to go, and I'm so glad I did because it was the most beautiful night. I did it all by myself, and I'm not afraid to do things by myself at all, but whenever you haven't done things by yourself in a minute, it is a little bit more challenging to kind of like pull yourself out and do it. So I did it. I'm so glad I did. It's a beautiful night. And now we're here. I got my raised conversation tomorrow. I am traveling for work tomorrow, so regardless of how that situation goes, I am going to be okay. And it's just nerves. It's silly. It's stupid to talk about. It's probably like a privileged thing to talk about too, about like getting a raise. Like that's a beautiful, gift to be able to get a raise. And I am grateful for whatever I get. However, there's also a level of bargaining and selling yourself a little bit that I think you should be able to do if you want to try, and I've heard evidence that has worked in the past for some, so I'm going to try it. Okay. Thank you guys for watching tonight. I appreciate y'all so very much. Sorry if I'm being weird in my personal life, like, ooh, do. I just think it's kind of fun to make YouTube videos every once in a while and just kind of like talk and be expressive and have fun. So that's what's going on. I love you all. There's Tato. He loves you too. Thank you so much for watching and supporting me as always. And Tucker. He's very sweet. Maybe I should get him really quickly. And then y'all can go. Hi, Tootsie. Can I pick you up? You want to pick up? Hey, Bubbles. Hey. Hi, Mr. Man. Hi, Mister. Hi, Mr. Man. I've been gone all day. I'm so sorry. I love you. I pick them like a babies. It's okay. There's a person that lives right across the hall from me, and they just got home, so I'm not going to talk loud to close out the video because they will hear me, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me and watching, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye, guys.